Mir Valley is located in Red River Gorge. It is a very popular climbing area thanks to Rick Weber and his wife Liz, who bought the land as a preserve. This past year, they gifted that preserve to the Friends of Muir Valley. It has become a climbing mecca for climbing enthusiasts.
We want this place to be more than just another climbing area. We want it to be really top-notch.
Our plan from pretty much year one with Mir Valley is that we wanted it to belong to the climbing community. We wanted to get climbers involved in it, and we hoped that it would be something that could exist beyond our lifetimes.
I was here from the beginning, been friends of the Webers. We met in Indianapolis. They were down here looking for property, found this. About 4 years ago, I started really coming over here in earnest. Became excellent friends with them. Really appreciate the energy and the foresight that they're putting into Mir Valley, and it was contagious. I caught it, and I knew I wanted to be part of it, and I've got involved.
It was one of those things that just kind of evolved. Rick and I saw the property, and we fell in love with it almost as soon as we saw it. There were no improvements, no rock climbing on it at the time, but we saw this beautiful scenery and fantastic cliff lines, and we bought it almost on impulse. And then we said, gee, this is too great not to share. We've got a lot of friends that are climbers. If we invite the public free, we'll probably get a couple hundred people a year. We can handle that. And we had 41,000 people last year.
The start is the challenging part on this one.
Oh, you don't have to get people interested in climbing. They see it and they're hooked. Once a person gets on the wall, there's very seldom a person that will do it and say, don't think I'll do that again. Usually, as soon as people start climbing, they think, what else can I do? What other problems can I climb? Where else is there? It's not a matter that you have to sell people on it. You have to manage them to avoid getting too many people at one time.
To me, it's what the Webers have created. The idea that it's inviting, it's safe, it's geared towards people having a good quality time of climbing. And that is, I think, what is the most special to me, that people are going to come here, have a good time, have a safe time, and leave with a good experience. And there's people here looking out for them. You know, we have stewards that are walking through the valley at random, just keeping their eyes open, and if we see people with bright, shiny gear, we go to them. We don't avoid them. We go to them. We ask them how comfortable they are. Is this their first time outdoors? Blah, blah, blah. And then we help them out if they need help. And I think you were with me yesterday when a young fella and his family come down here, had never climbed outdoors. He was walking around with his shoes and a harness hoping that somebody would latch onto him and take him climbing. Well, he could have hooked up with somebody that wasn't all that experienced. We identified that, you know, that he was looking for his first time, and so I took him climbing for the afternoon. And he had a great time. His parents knew that he was safe, and so it was a good time for them.
I think I'm a little bit passionate. I think actually almost fanatically passionate, I guess, especially in the bringing new people into rock climbing. I'm certified as an AMGA guide, a sick pitch instructor, and I don't do this as a business. I do it strictly pro bono. I like to bring kids and work with a lot of Boy Scout groups and youngsters to introduce them to the outdoors and climbing. You know, the whole picture, not just finding, you can go to a climbing gym and find a face to climb, but the whole experience outdoors of you know, the natural beauty all around us, not just the rocks, but the trees and streams and everything, and that's what Mir Valley has to offer. And we've had countless numbers of youngsters come in here, and I worked with them and introduced them to rock climbing, and that's a feeling of achievement and feeling like I'm doing something worthwhile.
Mir Valley is like a premier spot for beginner climbers to come. It's very climber friendly, easy access, a good trail system, well marked routes, an emergency system, all the things that everybody can use. Even a high level climber can use all of those things. But somebody that's coming out for the first time, it can be a chore to find a wall and then to find a climb. And all those things are made very easy here. And so we see a lot of people coming out of the gyms and coming here to get their first experience or their first couple experiences. And quite frankly, a lot of them fall in love with it. And there's probably a substantial amount of people that only climb here because of their comfort level.
You want to hit that pocket with your right hand. Go farther right, farther right. It's so much better farther right.
Why do I climb? Well, to me, climbing is the one thing that occupies my mind and my body. It is an all-encompassing sport that can be done at any age. You can climb, as I was today, climbing with a 16-year-old friend, climbing with a 64-year-old friend. We all can do it. We can all compete together, or it's not a competition, but we can all push each other to achieve the best that we can do. It's a sport where fathers can climb with their daughters. There's not many sports where you can do that and be on an even par. But it's like I said in the beginning, it's all encompassing. It takes a lot of mental power and a lot of physical power, and the two are a good challenge, very satisfying, very fulfilling.
We want Mir Valley to exist pretty much in the form that it is now, with reasonable changes to respond to the environment, but we would like it to belong to the public and to continue to be managed and enjoyed and open to people.
We can't own, I mean, I don't want to sound like some of the Native American quotes, but you really can't own a piece of land. I mean, we're only here for a certain period of time, and it's really important for us to ensure that this place, it's worked out so well and it is so beautiful, and we've seen countless numbers of people come in and express how much they enjoyed it, and we want that to continue. And the ownership of the land is passing on to the Friends of Muir Valley group. I hope I'm here another 20 years climbing, and we intend to stay around, but we'll be volunteers as opposed to landowners when we transition and actually gift it off to the Friends of Muir Valley.
It's not about me, it's really not about Friends of Mir Valley. If anything, it's about the Webbers. They are the ones that made this possible. They had the foresight, they developed the route markers, the trail system, the emergency system. Where they got their inspiration from is probably other climbing areas. But they pulled it all together, developed it in the best way to make it the most accessible, easiest. It's just fantastic what they pulled together, their vision, and that is what I think ultimately makes this place as special as it is what they have created. And we look forward to carrying that on and into the future. Friends of Muir Valley won't be changing this to what we think it should be. Our mission is to carry on what they've created, and that is exactly what we intend to do.